Okay, I'd like to take a motion to go back into regular public meeting.
Second.
Motion by Jen, second by Giselle. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Miss Aarontrout?
Yes.
Mrs. Goff?
Yes.
Miss Multi-Colson?
Yep.
Mr. Palouse?
Yes.
Dr. Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Clavijo?
Yes.
Mr. Totaro?
Yes. Public be heard, agenda items only. Seeing no one. Approval of the minutes, October 14, 2025, regular meeting, public and private.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Clavijo, second by Mrs. Goff. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Miss Aarontrout?
Yes.
Mrs. Goff?
Yes.
Miss Multi-Colson?
Yes.
Mr. Palouse?
Yes.
Dr. Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Clavijo?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Totaro?
Yes. All right, moving on to correspondence. Any correspondence? No correspondence, okay. Moving right along, reports. Starting with our student council representative, Jonathan Barbarisi.
Good evening, everyone. Throughout the end of October and the beginning of November, HHS has been winding down with Beartober festivities and transitioning into our second marking period. We wrapped up the first marking period with spirits high and our school pride higher, finding much success around the school and the fields and courts. Sports. With October ending, so did our fall sports seasons, having shown much improvement since the beginning of the season, with our fall sports ending off their seasons with many small and underlying achievements to be proud of accomplishing. For example, our boys soccer team, after having a fairly rough season, got their first win of the season in their last home game, which also happened to be their senior night. Football closed out their season, making it to the first round of the playoffs against Butler High School on Halloween for a very fun and festive night. Finally, our girls soccer team made it to the first game of states in Aquanic. With all that being said, winter sports are starting up with practices as we approach the start of the official winter season. Clubs. With clubs starting to get going with trips and activities, HHS is spreading their influence past the classroom walls. To start, the Performing Arts Club has started with their winter performances, with one coming up at Care One Assisted Living Facility in Wayne. The HHS Esports Club has found much success. The two fall competitive teams have made it to the Garden State Esports Playoffs on November 22nd, where they will compete for championship belts. They are also aiming to be recognized as a varsity lettering sport next year. As well as all of this, although I was not provided the name of this student, one current senior has received 2 esports scholarships for both Alvernia and Albright University. For the month of November in the Media Center, both Native American Heritage Month as well as Military Appreciation Month is being represented, with specified displays and various events and raffles. The November raffle requires students to research and find specific streets in Hawthorne in which its name was derived from a Native American word like Watchung, which means on the hill. On the other hand, the Media Center is also spotlighting photos of various families from HHS with a military background in honor of their service. With all that being said, I would like to extend my congratulations to all of our fall sports and their successful seasons, and can't wait to see what the winter season has in store for HHS and what I will have to report at our next meeting. As always, I appreciate your time here tonight, and I wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, moving on to our superintendent's report.
Thank you, Jonathan, and good evening, everyone. I want to thank everyone who nominated an educational specialist or teacher for this year's GOY program, which I always look forward to each year. We really get to highlight the great things that are going on in our district and the very talented individuals that we have working here. We look forward to recognizing these individuals at our board meeting in the spring. Yesterday, our middle school and high school students partnered to host the first annual elective expo at the middle school. Middle school students had the opportunity to meet high school teachers and students to learn about the excellent elective courses available at HHS. The purpose of this event was to help students begin thinking about their future pathways in high school and explore the many content areas they can pursue. It's never too early for kids to have that exposure to what they might necessarily want to do as a career. The event was a great success. A huge thank you to the Hawthorne Educational Foundation for providing lunch to our high school staff and students, and to our staff, students, and administrative team for their coordination and support. I want to echo Jonathan's congratulations to our fall sports, our coaches, and of course our student athletes for another successful season. We have once again been honored with numerous all-league and all-county awards for our student athletes. All award recipients will be recognized next week at our Fall Sports Award ceremony on Monday at 6:30 p.m. at the high school. Winter sports are now underway. Our co-op hockey team and our bowling team begin practices this week, and all the other winter sports begin their seasons next Monday with tryouts and official practices beginning on December 1st. I'm pleased to announce a series of parent-superintendent coffees across all of our schools. These informal gatherings provide an opportunity to ask questions, share ideas, and learn more about what's happening in Hawthorne Public Schools. A QR code to sign up is available on our district Instagram and Facebook pages, and you're going to see from our building principals, they're going to be sharing details periodically. Right now I think I'm up to 30 people, which I'm really excited about, hoping to get more parents to come in. So the dates of that, it's really to connect and engage and just be part of the conversation, because I really feel like parent feedback is important for us as a Board of Education and as a superintendent. Washington Elementary School will be on Monday, December 2nd from 9 to 9:45 a.m. Roosevelt Elementary School is Thursday, December 5th from 9 to 9:45. LMS is Monday, December 8th, 8:30 to 9:15. Jefferson Elementary is Thursday, December 11th, 9 to 9:45. And Hawthorne High School is Friday, December 12th, 8:30 to 9:15. So I encourage you to talk this up and get as many people to come out for the event. I'm looking forward to it. We're pleased to once again have our HSS students participate in the Heroes and Cool Kids program. This initiative is centered around empowering high school students to serve as positive role models for younger students in the areas of social media awareness, anti-bullying efforts, resilience building, and drug and alcohol prevention. We're excited for our HHS students to continue serving as mentors for our 6th graders. And lastly, as we approach the holiday, I want to wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving. I'm truly thankful to be part of such a wonderful district with dedicated students, parents, board members, and staff. I'm going to say great things are ahead for Hawthorne. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, moving on to committee reports. Legislative, Mr. Carr, who's not here, he did not have a report to share. Moving on to Finance and Administration, Mr. Clavio.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Finance Committee met November 11th. On the agenda was the audit of the referendum from a financial perspective. The audit is ongoing. Preliminary balance, leftover balances of $379,000. Fund 12 has a balance of $328,000 for the benefit of the public. Fund 12 is unrelated to the referendum. It's funded to the annual budget, and it's used to cover upkeep expenses and school facility repairs. ROD grants are also being reviewed. If you remember, the ROD grants were to be exclusively used for roof repairs. Roosevelt has a preliminary balance of $348,000, and this building, Lincoln Middle School, has a balance of $276,000. Again, the numbers are preliminary. As it relates to the ROD grants, these can exclusively be used for the roof repairs and upgrades, so administration is gauging what's the highest and best use of those remaining funds. In the agenda, you'll find that the 2024-2025 school year has been reconciled and included, and you'll see it included in the action items. This includes the months of April, May, and June. At this point, the VA's office is going to, and the treasurer is going to focus their efforts on getting the school year caught up. Other than that, health insurance was touched on as a miscellaneous. Last year, a 15% was budgeted for it. The actual increment for health insurance this upcoming year, calendar year, is between 28% and 31%, depending on what program the staff chooses to participate in. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Buildings and Grounds and Policy, Mr. Doyle.
Thank you, Mr. President. Buildings and Grounds met on Tuesday, the 11th. We had a representative from the school district's architecture, actually our engineer was there, and we also had a representative, a civil engineer on hand to go over our preliminary investigations regarding possible improvements to the Hawthorne High School athletic complex. A lot of data was presented to us to include an engineer's report, aerial maps, itemized lists of some of the projects we're considering. Due to the proximity of our location to Goffle Brook, we have some hurdles that we're going to need to overcome to move forward with some of the improvements we're looking to do. Nonetheless, there needs to be a lot more discussion. We're going to continue analyzing the data that the engineer provided to us, as well as the architects. The board will reconvene, discuss, and try and plot a plan, a path forward, and we will keep you updated. That's it on the B&G front, and policy did not meet, so nothing to report.
Thank you. Moving on to council liaison and personnel, Ms. Ehrentraub.
Thank you, Mr. President. First, regarding council liaison, we are going to be doing something new. I have met with the council liaison to the board, so Councilwoman Anne Marie Sasso and I decided that we should maybe try to work together, and we're gonna meet once a month regularly moving forward, so we can know what's going on. We can fill her in about the board, she can fill me in about the council, and moving forward have a good working relationship with that, so that was exciting to report. Also from the mayor's reports and letters, a reminder, the annual tree lighting and Christmas parade is Friday, December 5th. Starts at 6 p.m. and at 6:45 is the tree lighting at Borough Hall. Also at Borough Hall, they're taking a collection for Toys for Tots. You can donate any toys there. And a reminder that the borough has a food pantry, so if anyone is in need of food assistance, you can call Phyllis at the Borough Hall. That concludes my council liaison report. Regarding personnel, we did meet on Tuesday the 11th, and regarding what will be on the agenda for personnel. So we'll get to that when we get there.
Understood.
That's it.
All right. Moving on to C&I, Mrs. Goff.
Thank you, Mr. President. We also met on the 11th. The first topic of discussion was the NJSLA adaptive field test. I want to commend the administration of the district for choosing to conduct the field test within the first few days of the window. There was a window given by the state, and Hawthorne blazed the trail and did it in the beginning of the window. There was a small hiccup at the high school on the first day about tests being uploaded, but it was fixed, and then another day was added, and it was easily manageable. I suppose that's what the field tests are for, things like that, to figure all those little kinks out. They administered more than 3,000 tests across the 3 days, so that is quite an accomplishment to pull off. That is no small feat, so thank you to everyone who was involved in that. The next topic of discussion was the Ed Camp PD Day, which was done on the 4th, which was the election day. They shared the agenda with us of the options of PDs that you could go to, things like On Your Feet, kinesthetic learning, using AI in the classroom, increasing student engagement through UDL, understanding universal design for learning. Some other AI offerings, a sensory diet, mindfulness, making assessments digital, de-escalation techniques, math centers, climate and culture club. I think what the committee was very impressed with was not only the wide breadth of topics, but also the presenters. We had a lot of our own staff presenting, our administrators presenting, some people in this room presented. So it really is a wonderful thing to see this homegrown effort, and it sounds like it was very well received. Dr. Chabrona shared with us some data breaking down how people rated the experience. 75% of the faculty rated it as excellent. Was the format of the day effective? 91% said yes, definitely. How would you rate your overall experience? Today's Ed Camp, again, 75% said excellent. So that's wonderful feedback. They also provided some organic comment feedback that was shared with us. And just reading through it, the comments were almost all positive, ranging from overall a solid day, which is, you know, nice and concise, to things like I enjoyed the Ed Camp. I love being able to relax with my coworkers in a setting that felt beneficial to my own personal growth and interests. I would like to choose 2 sessions in the future because there were multiple sessions offered that I thought were appealing and it would be beneficial in my classroom. So people wanted more. So that's always a great piece of feedback. My own district does an Ed Camp style PD day, and I love the idea, and I think that it's a really great thing. The next thing we talked about was just a brief little a statement that Dr. Dragona made, that there will be curricular changes on the horizon. She specifically mentioned a rebranding of Guitar 1 and 2. Item number 4, the Title I carryover was tabled because the numbers were not in as they anticipated that they would be. The last thing that was formally on the agenda was a William Patterson agreement that they made for teachers' assistants. So it's the apprenticeship pre-service program. So we will be hiring those students to work in our district as paraprofessionals. It is a wonderful program. It is of great benefit to the district. Hopefully we then get to have some of them become full-time employees. So I'm so grateful to hear that we have that partnership with William Patterson. Not on the agenda, but was a topic of conversation, were the small learning communities at the high school that we did do in the 2018-2019 school year. They started, but sort of fell off the wayside. The committee spoke about the potential to bring those back, and just to give families and students a pathway of curricular offerings to get to a selected end. So we'll be looking into those again in the future. And that was it.
Okay, thank you. Moving on, NJSBA and PCSBA, Ms. Monkey-Colton.
Yes, so usually on NJSBA, I feel like nothing to report on. But every month I say, what do I say? The convention's coming, don't forget. So now we actually got to go. So the superintendent, our BA, and Tamar and I all got to attend October 20th to 23rd. It was amazing, as always, to walk the floor and see all the different exhibits and talk to other people, meet new people. It's always a great experience. Some of the classes, or workshops, I should say, that I attended was empowering our educators, the exciting and ever-evolving world of school food service, which I did learn actually a lot. It was also put on and sponsored by Pomptonian, so our own food vendor, about some of the new laws and what's coming about with breakfast programs and whatnot, going out to bid. So it was really informational. And then I also did building community for multi-language learners, schools and families. And we had a great time. I think everybody did. Traffic wasn't too bad, so that was nice. And then for Passaic County School Board Association, the next meeting is coming up. It's December 8th. You do have to pre-register if you're planning on attending. It's hybrid, so you can do online or in person at 7 p.m. If you're gonna go in person, it's right across the street at Manchester, basically. And the topic is Navigating AI Frontier, a guide to policy and practice for school boards, which is was a big hot topic at the convention too, and I think everyone is looking into and discussing all over the district, students, staff, administrative, and school boards, so it should be interesting. Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, have CPAC and PTOs, Mr. Palouse.
Thank you, Mr. President. The HHS PTO is still selling the letter H car magnets and air fresheners if you want to participate in their fundraiser there. And LMS here had a successful Ninja Warrior Laps for Lincoln. Today it was, right?
Yes.
Yep. And they raised a substantial amount of money towards their goal of $30,000. So congratulations to the PTO here. And the Ed Foundation, I will be touting anybody here who wants to buy a raffle ticket. Don't leave before you buy one. They are raffling for $10, $1,500 worth of gift cards for the holidays. The drawing will be December 10th, so again, $10 to win potentially $1,500 worth of gift cards. Makes a good gift, or you can use them for yourself. And I will just wrap up with CPAC. I know it's a little premature, but I like to get a head start on the 8th annual 5K Color Run Walk. It's May 3rd, 2026. And there's a few things I want to hit here. There is going to be a $200 award to the school that registers the most staff that participate. They're also having a food, we mentioned a food drive, the food pantry. We can help replenish that by bringing non-perishable food items for the local food pantry. And you can reach out to hawthorne.nj.sepac@gmail.com. hawthorne.nj.cpac@gmail.com. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Moving on, curriculum and instruction, Mrs. Goff.
Thank you, Mr. President. Pursuant to the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Committee on Curriculum and Instruction recommend the following resolutions. CI 1 through CI 5 on page 5. CI 6 through CI 16 on page 6. And CI 17 on page 7. On behalf of the committee, I so move.
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Aaronshaw. Discussion.
I have a quick question. I probably know the answer, but for the, first of all, I just want to comment, I love seeing all these field trips. It makes my heart happy. But I just wanted to ask, this trip for Esports Club, it says Georgian Court University Casino. I'm sure they're meeting like a convention hall, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
Georgian
not gonna
Court
be on the
University is not
big floor.
Okay, I figured, but I just wanted to double check with you, you know,
I had the same,
esports,
I had the same
casinos, like,
question, so.
and
They won't
that's
be in the
it.
casino.
Thank you.
I have quite a few things. I would also like to say, just for anyone who's maybe not watching and doesn't have access to the agenda, there are some really wonderful field trip opportunities on here. For example, the High School Performing Arts Club are going to various senior centers, which I absolutely love, and sharing the joy in even multiple towns. I also wanted to comment on the esports, taking the field trip to Georgian Court. I think that that's a wonderful opportunity for a group of students that is relatively new. Like, that's a niche sport that I think is blowing up. All the college tours they went on, they were promoting their esports clubs. It's even becoming an intercollegiate sport, so I think it's something that we definitely got behind at the right time. This is more of a logistical statement. For CI4, when we use these file numbers, there's no way that these are all organically just 100 off. So these are not aligned to a specific student, is what I'm saying.
Right. I noticed that on the,
That there's no, like,
Email.
it's
no.
0125, 0225, 0325. So we could talk about that offline, but I do think that these need to be specific to the students that they are, because as a board member, I do track things like that.
Right.
Like, I will look back in my notes and say, even on the next page, I'm noticing the same students getting 2 things.
Yeah.
But I just, that just caught my eye, that there's no way.
I think it
that
was
those are-
definitely error.
For CI5, the Bergen County Special Services, is that an actual school location, or is it just behavior services coming to our school for CI5?
I believe it's coming to our school,
Okay,
but I
that
will
would
double
make
check
sense,
that.
because I was like, that is a very cheap out-of-district tuition.
Yep, no, yeah.
Which I will be
It's
taking
only-
to Pequannock and using that at my school. CI14 is not really a question, but more so just a statement for the general population and for my fellow board members. I did bring this up at a recent PTO meeting. So PCTI is now doing something novel. They are accepting students sophomore year, and they are accepting them after the start of the year. So students transferred there last month. So I'm assuming this has something to do with that as well. So that is something new and evolving that was previously not done in the past. They would not let you go past freshman year, and then they let people go sophomore year, and then as people dropped out, they're now taking new people to fill spots.
Mid-year.
Mid-year.
Yeah.
That same week, we did get some students back from PCTI. We did get a larger chunk of freshmen back. So it was Mr. Pfister said it was the largest clump that had come back. So that's positive, but it does sound like their application processes and acceptance processes are evolving, just so that we are aware. I would think they couldn't take students much further into the year or any past sophomore year because they have to do 3 years of shop. So you can't do that if you start later than sophomore year. Physically, it's not possible, so, but I just wanted to put that on everyone's radar because I did see this new tuition contract on here, and I do believe that that's relevant because this, I know the student that left. And it was like October 20th, so.
I have 2 comments about that. Is that number larger than it's been?
So this is my understanding of this specific student that was a pre-existing PCTI student that we got an individual contract for, which the number that you're seeing there exceeds what the typical tuition would be for a student, but based upon the additional services being that he's a special education student, that's why it came in a bubble versus a larger contract.
I was just more concerned that they raised the tuition for
No,
everybody
yeah,
across the
so
board.
additional special education services.
Okay,
which
and then just one comment too about this. It was my understanding over the years that you had to start freshman year and you had to follow the same track.
No.
And you were not allowed to change career paths once you made that choice.
That's still valid. They will not let you change shops.
So you can come in sophomore year.
You can come in sophomore year, as late as late October sophomore year. But yes, they took a whole new batch of students over the summer. They took new applications, and then they, as people withdrew, even took students into the active school year, yes.
A year and a half in, basically, you can be
Yeah.
looking at. So I guess the rules change when you
Yeah.
want them to. Okay.
Yeah. But again, we did get a chunk of freshmen back around the same time. So that was positive.
That's great for us, but I'm always on my soapbox when I get the opportunity. And, just like I said, if you can change the rules whenever you feel like changing them, how can anybody compete? It's difficult enough. So I'll kind of leave it at that.
I apologize for even bringing it up, but
Why, did you
I
see me
realized
get
that,
the
yeah, the blood
anxiety?
pressure. But I realized that we came up in a PTO meeting.
I'm glad you brought it up.
But because I didn't even know it was happening, and only know now because I do have a sophomore daughter, no, we didn't know that was possible. But they took a whole new slew of applications over the summer, and people entered at the beginning of the year, and then as people withdraw, they continue to take students even into the sophomore year.
Okay,
Must be nice.
thank you.
Perfect.
I'm done with my grand inquisition.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Goff?
Yes.
Ms. Milty Colson?
Yes.
Mr. Palus?
Yes.
Dr. Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Clavijo?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Ms. Aarontrout?
Yes.
Mr. Tataro?
Yes. Personnel, Ms. Aarontrout.
Thank you, President Tataro. The following resolutions are pursuant to the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools. P1 through P3 on page 7, P4 through P11 on page 8, P12 through P20 on page 9, which continues on to page 10, so P20 through P28 on page 10, P29 through P35 on page 11, and P36 and 37 on page 12. On behalf of the committee, I so move.
Second?
Sorry, I'm still moving my pages over. Second by Dr. Vega. Discussion.
Quick comment. Just want to wish our retiree a happy retirement, Barbara Mulvey, been part of the, I think of this building for quite some time, so.
I'm just gonna second what Alex just said. Barbara Mulvey has been, in our district as a paraprofessional with some of our special needs students for the last 18 years in Hawthorne, and I think that is an amazing feat. Dropping off my middle schooler this year and last year, I see her on the playground, talking to students, engaging with them, hanging out, and she's just such a presence in our school. Often you'll see funny Facebook photos of her on the LMS PTO page and the Hawthorne Education Association page, in costume. She brings out stuffed animals as her elves every winter, and she's just such a wonderful person. She's also a volunteer EMT in town. She's a parent. She's a community member, and she's like what Hawthorne really is, that bear pride and what this town, this small town and family environment is. So I'm really sad to see she's retiring, but I wish her the most happiness, and I thank her and have so much gratitude for what she's done for our students the last 18 years. That's quite a long time, so thank you. And then I think I had a question, but maybe not. Oh, yes, and then just to change subjects, I just have a quick question. P2, we're hiring an interim part-time school administrator to cover for our maternity leave. That's a full-time position.
It's a full-time position. What I'll say is that Dr. Pfeiffer left her position with very strict protocols and support systems, which central office is going to support her while she's out. This individual that's going to come in, we need a person a couple days a week to kind of fill that gap and make sure that things are continuing to move forward between crisis intervention, HIB, in charge of HIB, making sure that's done appropriately, dual enrollment programs, internship, and this individual, which we interviewed a number of very talented people, she has vast experience in elementary, middle, and high school, so I think she'll be an asset to the district.
Okay.
So we were thinking along a 2 to 3 day a week type of model,
Okay.
but we're approving her from the part-time perspective that if we needed her for like 1 week for 4 days because of a crisis in one of our schools or just an additional support, we'd be able to have her in.
So is she willing to come in extra or less, or is it gonna be a set schedule or as needed?
Yeah, we're gonna have a set schedule
Oh, okay.
to start, because
Okay.
I mean, she
And then
will be
figure it out.
overseeing all 5 schools, so that as we get more of a feel of what the needs are, we could add additional time on, based upon where we are at.
Is she a school psychologist?
She has a background in, so when posting this position to find a director of counseling
Right.
is impossible.
Yeah.
So we posted it as an administrative position that would be able to support our 5 schools, but looked at it from, all the questions were from the lens of counseling. So
Right.
especially from the crisis intervention piece and from the HIB management part. And this individual has overseen all of those things in the past, so she was a good fit.
Okay, great, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's it.
Either one? Scott?
This is again more of a logistical question. I'm just wondering, how much notice some of our employees have to give, because some of these effective dates and leave dates are immediate. P8 in particular, and I know some of these are, it's not easy to fill a paraprofessional role all the time.
Right.
So obviously there are things that come up, but I just,
So typically if we get a resignation, and I know with this individual related to like distance from home,
Sure.
right? We can hold them to their days.
Right.
But what we have in Hawthorne is between the part-time paraprofessionals that we have in place that can move into those roles.
As long
we'll
as we-
release them because we have
okay.
somebody in place.
That's what I was hoping.
Yeah.
I just don't want it to be something where like we don't have the right terms in a contract or
Agreed.
whatever.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
A few things. There are several new hires or hires on here, so as always, we'd like to welcome them to the district. And the last few agendas, we've had so many student field experiences. So just for people who can't see the agenda, again, we have a bunch from William Patterson, Passaic County Community College, and Bergen County Community College in a variety of subject areas: art, preschool, math, science, middle school. So welcome, and that's exciting that we keep getting more and more students that want to do their field experiences here. And lastly, I always love to see the volunteer coaches on here, and always like to give them a shout out. So we're thankful that we do have people in the community that are willing to volunteer their time to help our students, athletes, and programs. So.
Okay.
Mr. President, I have one more thing.
Sure.
I'm very chatty this evening. To echo what Ms. Aaron Trout said, in addition to, I'm very, very pleased to see all the students on here coming as field experience. I'm also very appreciative for the cooperative teachers. That is not an easy undertaking, to let someone come into your classroom and not, I mean, that is your home, your house, and to sometimes to invite people in. But I'm very grateful that we have so many staff members that are willing to host all of these students.
Agreed.
All right, roll call, please.
Ms. Multi Colson?
Yes.
Mr. Kalous?
Yes.
Dr. Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Clavijo?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Ms. Erentrout?
Yes.
Mrs. Gall?
Yes.
Mr. Notaro?
Abstain on P5, yes to all others. Finance Administration, Mr. Cavil.
Oh, that's it, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mr. President. Finance Administration donations, we have two of them. Page 12, A, acceptance of a donation for Pooner Studio Starter Photography Kit with case valued at $180 from Kelly Clifford to Hoffman High School Broadcasting 1 and 2 and Computer Publication and Design classes. We also have a acceptance of a donation of $5,000 from Robert Pasquale to be used for the district's multilingual learner and diversity program. Thank you to both of them. Mr. Pasquale is no stranger to showing up on our agenda as a donor, so we thank him for his generosity. Action items pursuant to the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Committee on Finance and Administration recommends the following resolutions: F1 through F4 on page 12. On page 13, we have F5 through A2. On behalf of the committee, I so move.
Second?
Seconded by Mr. Kalous. Discussion?
In regards to that donation from Mr. Pasquale, would that be the multilingual learner and diversity program? So I know our Diversity Alliance Committee, we had the Multicultural Day last year, and I know that we have a meeting next week to start planning it. It was a huge success. We had hundreds of people here, and I see people in town all the time, and they're asking, like, when is it again? So would that donation, or I don't know if it's a question really, is that going to be able to be used towards that
I think
event,
that's
or
the major
main-
focus
I
of
thought
it. So it'll probably
but-
come up in your committee meeting next week, is how can we
Okay.
use the funds to really have another next level night.
Yeah, that would be great. Okay, thank you.
Quick comment, just want to once again thank the Business Administrator's Office for catching up on, playing catch up with all those reports. It's something that you've been doing in addition to the transition, so thank you for that.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Mr. Kalous?
Yes.
Dr. Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Carr? Oh, not here. Mr. Clavijo?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Ms. Erentrout?
Yes.
Mrs. Gall?
Yes, abstain from A2.
Ms. Multi Colson?
Yes, abstain from A2.
Mr. Notaro?
Yes. Claims. Ms. Vega.
Thank you, Mr. President, sorry.
I'm sorry, A2 was not what I thought it was.
There
So
is no
can you
A2.
remove my abstention from A2?
A2 is, we said
Was
we
the-
added for what we went over
Oh,
tonight.
right, yep.
Okay, so no,
No abstention.
okay,
For either of us.
okay.
Pure pressure, not me.
I asked a clarifying question.
I know, it's pretty good.
For those in the public, that was an add-on to the agenda. Going back, claims, Dr. Vega.
Thank you, Mr. President. I had the honor of reviewing the bills this month in accordance with NJAC 6A23-2:11BC3 and C4. It is recommended that the board approve the bill list for the month of November 2025. I so move.
Second.
Second, I'll give it to Ms. Multi-Colson. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Dr. Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Clavijo?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Ms. Erentrout?
Yes.
Mrs. Gall?
Yes.
Ms. Multi Colson?
Yes.
Mr. Palooz?
Yes.
Mr. Totaro?
Yes. All right, moving on to buildings and grounds. Mr. Doyle, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Buildings and grounds action items pursuant to the recommendation of the superintendent of schools. The Committee on Buildings and Grounds recommends the following resolutions. Page 14, we have BG1. Moving over to page 15, all the way down to the bottom, BG2 and BG3. Rolling over to page 16. That does it. So on behalf of the committee, I so move.
Second?
Seconded by Dr. Vega. Discussion.
Just a point of clarification for anyone who's paying attention, there's 2 items on here that happened in October. They're post-dated with a little, it's necessary, unorthodox but necessary. They were timely matters. They obviously have already gone and went, but still need to be voted on and documented, so that's why you'll see the dates, but they're on this agenda.
Thank you for clarifying. One other point I just want to make, just bring up and give a little kudos to. We spoke about Mr. Pasquale earlier, but I do want to say that we have really improved upon the conversation and communication amongst the Board of Ed and the Board of Recreation to ensure these items are brought forward in a more timely manner. They're gone as far as even they're going to be changing their meeting a week earlier so that they can ensure everything is provided to us within the required time frame. So I thank Mr. Pasquale and the Board of Recreation. On that note,
Question?
yes.
BG2, is that for special ed students?
Sorry, say again, BD2?
Yeah, is that for special ed students?
Oh.
It's not PCPI, right, at that point?
No. I will double check and get back to you.
Anybody else? Roll call, please.
Mr. Clavijo?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Ms. Aarontrout?
Yes.
Mrs. Gall?
Yes.
Ms. Multi Colson?
Yes.
Mr. Palooz?
Yes.
Dr. Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Totaro?
Yes. All right, back to Mr. Doyle. Policy, please.
Policy action items pursuant to the recommendation of the superintendent of schools. The Committee on Policy recommends the following resolutions. On page 16, P01. On behalf of the committee, I so move.
Second.
Second by Ms. Aarontrout. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Mr. Clavijo?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Ms. Aarontrout?
Yes.
Mrs. Gall?
Yes.
Ms. Multi Colson?
Yes.
Mr. Palooz?
Yes.
Dr. Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Totaro?
Yes. All right. Public be heard. At this time, members of the public may ask questions or make comments on educational issues or school matters. Seeing nobody coming to the mic, we will move on to general comments, new business, and old business from the board. Going around, starting with Mr. Poulos.
I'll keep it simple. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Enjoy.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. A few things I just wanted to comment on that have happened since our last meeting. It was nice to go to the hockey rink ribbon cutting with our fellow board members and the Hockey League, Board of Rec, Town Council, Mayor. It's been a topic of conversation, and it was nice to see the moment and be there. Also wanted to thank Mrs. Pizarro. I was able to attend the Ruby Bridges Walk to School Day. And I know Mrs. Yale and Miss Barnes helped coordinate that. Dr. Charbona was there. It was a great day last week. And then lastly, congrats to there were elections this month. Our mayor and council members were reelected. 2 of our trustees were reelected, so we're happy to have them. And we have a new trustee joining us. She's here, Lisa Spohn, so congratulations, Lisa. We look forward to working with you. And that concludes my comments.
So,
I would like to say ditto to Miss Aarontrout. She always does such a nice job of giving accolades to everyone. I'd also like to once again thank our local PTOs. They do an amazing job at really getting in there and fundraising, boots on the ground. Today, Lincoln Middle School held an event that was lapsed for Lincoln, but they re-envisioned it a little bit this year, and they brought in some new things, and they made, I believe it was over $17,000 for the school, which is absolutely amazing. I'd also like to thank the high school PTO who contribute gift cards for the Students of the Month. Little humble brag, my daughter was picked as the October, November Student of the Month? November. Mr. Pfister calls all the parents to tell them personally. I mean, really just, it's amazing what they do. And they get $25 gift cards. The PTO purchases all those gift cards every month for these 4 students, 1 pick from each grade. So it really is a nice little touch, but it goes a long way to motivate our students and to really just make the families feel like the students are being appreciated. So I'd like to shout out, though I'm sure the other PTOs, I'm sadly no longer an elementary or middle school parent, but I know that those things are happening, and I'm sure the elementary schools are doing wonderful things as well, but we couldn't do what we do without what is being done at that level.
It's great to hear. That's a nice touch.
Yeah.
Mr. Visser?
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
Calls them.
General comments, at camp, just want to give kudos to Dr. Tribune and administration on it for hosting a successful one. In regards to the election, just want to thank everybody that came out and voted and voted all the way down. I want to thank Mr. Doyle for the years that he's dedicated to this district in different capacities. Also want to welcome Ms. Stone. Look forward to serving with you. Also want to encourage parents to participate in the Coffee with the Superintendent. That's worthwhile events that he's putting out there for the parents. Hope that you guys get involved, and just want to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving.
Mr. Doyle?
I know it was already mentioned, sorry, general comments, it was already mentioned, but I just want to re-mention it. Want to congratulate and acknowledge the many fall athletes, student athletes, who will be receiving accolades for county awards and league awards. Just a testament to the dedication. Not only is it a team sport, but it's nice to see some of them, achieve their individual goals as well. So hats off to them, and wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Mike, that's Monday, right?
Yeah.
Sports
Monday
awards,
at
yes.
6:30, yeah.
Thank you. Giselle?
Just quick general comments. With Thanksgiving coming around, I know that the Hawthorne High School, the Share Club, is going to be collecting and delivering groceries to families in Hawthorne in need before Thanksgiving. The deadline is tomorrow, November 19th, so let's help our Share Club raise as much food and groceries so that we can give to our families here in Hawthorne. You can drop off the donations at the security desk front center door at the Hawthorne High School on school days from 8:30 to 2:30 p.m. And with that being said, happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Okay.
So I have a couple comments. I want to agree with what Jen and Abby said. I think the Ed Camp was amazing. I was very jealous when I saw that list of what was offered in the descriptions. It was pretty amazing. I wish all districts did something similar. I'm very happy we're doing it. Congrats to the Sun Devils. I was happy to be there for that ribbon cutting. Congrats to Marco, Alex, and Lisa. Thank you for all the donations we received that were approved on tonight's agenda. I love the coffee house idea. That's the first time we've done that in town, and I think it's amazing, so thank you to you. And for the first ever elective expo. Very tongue twister. Elective expo sounded and looked, from what I saw in the pictures, like really exciting event, and I think it helped broaden our students at LMS their horizon and what is available, because they really don't know. But seeing excited high schoolers talk about it and be excited about it, I know Mike's daughter was here doing that. I was worried, like, my 7th grader would be like, oh, this is corny, and be embarrassed, but it wasn't that way. It was cool and it was fun, and they got to get out of class. And then today they had the best day ever, that's what they called it, which was what Abby said, the Ninja Warrior, instead of the normal turkey trot, where they just kind of run in circles. So we threw out a pair of socks today. Next year we're going to wear Sky Zone socks, we decided, because obviously they're going into bounce houses. So he's like, I need better grip, but it was the best day ever. And he won $10. My son, I don't know how, but he did. apparently because he fundraised so much. So yes, they, as of today, have made $17,000, but it's open until Thursday, I believe. So hopefully we can hit that mark to buy a LED, was it a marquee sign? Is that what it's called? A message board to go out in front. That was the goal. As of today, Roosevelt has fundraised $12,000, and they're not done yet. And that, all of that money they fundraise is going to go to teacher wish list, which really makes my heart happy because while it's nice to go shoot for the big stuff, sometimes teachers need to stop spending out of their own pocket, especially these days when everything is so expensive. So that will be for wish lists and field trips. Something else that was brought up about the architect coming in to look at our field and our sports complex. I know this has been a hot topic on Facebook. They are building apartments, townhouses, new housing where the boathouse was, which is straight across up the hill from that high school sports complex. This is a law, a requirement put in by New Jersey, not by Hawthorne. This is not really necessarily anyone's choice. We have to do things like this to add housing for the growing population, but it is going to mean more runoff water and more issues with our fields. So that's definitely something we need to work with the town and the Board of Rec, all these different people, and to try to problem solve these issues that are coming our way. And I think that's it. I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving, and I hope everyone has a safe, healthy, and happy holiday. Thank you.
Thank you. General comments as well, and I wanted to touch real quick on what you just said, Erica. That's a very good point, and there's a lot to come from that as well in regards to the housing project, because what we're not recognizing is the future infrastructure that will have a detriment on the community as a whole and also on our school system, right? Depending on, I think it's 107 units. If those 107 units have children, 2 per family, that is a lot of students to be housed, and where that will be is unknown, and something that will have to be considered for future town planning. So I'm glad you brought that up. And not to be redundant and say it over like everybody else did, I just want to share my gratitude, being that it is the Thanksgiving season. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody on the board and in the community. This is one of my favorite times of year, where I get to reflect and be grateful for all the things in my life, and I can say that unequivocally being a part of this board along with you guys is definitely something that's been a life-altering mission of mine that definitely I appreciate every one of you in your own way, and as what we do for this board as a whole, and that's always keeping the children first. And I genuinely appreciate that. I'm grateful for all of you, as well as our teachers, administrators, and faculty as a whole. And with that, I will end by saying Happy Thanksgiving, and may I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody.